Hey y'all, I'm gonna be setting up a scenario from this. Heroes of Normandy just arrived. Gonna be setting up saving Brigadier Hill. So you're gonna hear me ramble through on that. I know I was playing a ASL scenario before, but I got this, so it's the shiny new. And I mean, I've had it before, played it before, but so hopefully you're seeing that. I'm gonna hide that. And sure enough, you are seeing that. Okay. So I'm setting it up. It's a pretty simple scenario. It's one of the ones I recommend for beginning. I've played this a few times, but again, just trying to get into it. I'm going to get a video up on about it. The other two sample or kind of intro scenarios they suggest are have been done a few times on video. That would be Sniper's Den. The Gimpy Gamer was playing it with the solo play or the solo card deck, and I don't think Stalingrad in the West has been done yet. Attack on Vervel has been done by Ty and by Big Game Kev over at Big Game or Big Board. So I thought, well, I'll try this one. There's another one they suggest, Stalingrad of the West, which has a tiger in it, and that one I have started to set up. It's got a tank on it. It's got a couple other things, so I thought I would get this one at least set up, see if I can get playing. So let's shrink some of this stuff here real quick. So the game is the Germans will be coming from, they have to set up on this side of the road, and then it'll come down this way. These are hedges. They simply block line of sight. Part of this is me learning the game as well, so I'm going to be reading some stuff. So these hedges cost +1 to move. So pretty simple. Like from here, they just go 1, 2, 3, and that's how that works. If you are familiar with the system, this is their firepower. So I'll roll. That's the firepower. This is their range in hexes, and this is their movement factor. The red means that they can do assault movement. The British paratroopers also have A and M. So while we're at it, let's take a look what that means. So you're going to be kind of learning the rules as I go. And so first of all, let's look what. So A, superscripted firepower, 18. The A superscript next to the multi-man counter or single-man counter inherent firepower designates the unit as assaulters. Such units are adept at focusing firepower at close range. Accordingly, such units adds 3 instead of 2 to their die roll when firing at an adjacent unit. This is per stack, not per unit, if multiple A-rated units are in a stack. So, what's that mean, you say? Simply means if you were to look at the modifiers for firing, you can have a leadership modifier. If you're adjacent, you get a +2, and it's saying instead you get a +3. I have a feeling that the M adds something to their melee. Oh, how funny. On the British Airborne rule reference card, they do not show this. They do not tell you what M is. So I'm going to say it's melee. Okay, let's keep looking here. National characteristics, 35. I'm going to look there first. See if it's covered there. Each side listed in the module specific rules. Okay, nope, that does not help me there. Yep, M superscripted units under melee, 23. Someone said this doesn't have an index. We'll see how quick I can find stuff this way. So far, it's been okay. So units with an M add 1 to their firepower when attacking or defending in melee. So, yep, that just adds to your attack and defense. Okay. So the firepower, so you know, you'll be rolling, suddenly forgetting, I believe you roll, you'll roll 1 die when firing. And you add that 1 to it. Yeah. So I'll add that 1 to my die roll of D6. That'll be their firepower attack. So if I was adjacent, you'd add 3 for this one. Assault movement, let's go ahead and see what that means. So I'm looking at right here, this red box here, assault movement. That is, you can move up to half your movement. So 3, rounded up, and fire with a penalty. Direct fire, -2. So it'd be firing 1 minus 2, firing a -1. Can fire on the same impulse or activated later fire. So that's kind of cool. So I could move, call it assault, and put a marker on it. It looks like, and then I'd remember, and then I'd flip it to fired. So that's pretty cool. Can you fire and then move? Looks like you move and then fire. It's kind of interesting. Okay. So that's that. And this is the morale, 6. So that's what you need to know about the Brits. Now let's go up here. So what's going to happen is the Germans are going to come here. I'll pull those out here in just a minute. And they need to be in control of this hex right here. So says here, they must control. Look at 22.1. We'll do that in just a minute. And have no good order British multi-man or hero units within 3 hexes of 14d5 inclusive at the end of the scenario. And the other result is a British victory. The British control 14d5 at the scenario start. So it's right here, this road junction. There's a wood house here, and I wish this were like the ASL and I could see what was below it. I think I could probably hide the units here. Yeah, hide pieces. Yeah. So this guy's not up here. And I have to set up on board 14, which is this here. So I can't set up in that house or in that row. This Lord Holmes here, I don't want to point it with the mouse. I don't know. Yeah, if I go off of it, it goes away. So Lord Holmes is a leader. He has a morale of 7, a leadership of 1, and can move 6. So that 1 affects a few things. I'm not 100% confident what it all affects yet. Kind of figure that as we go. Talk about that later. He has the decisive skill, which means 1 time in the game he can do 2 activations in a turn. Usually you can only do 1. What's interesting, it says this leader can activate both himself and units stacked in his hex twice. The activation occurs during a second impulse. During a second impulse. So I'll have to kind of see what impulse means. I don't think it happens right after is what that's saying. Yeah. And basically, I'll mark them as though they had done something, and then I can, if I want to activate them again, I just take whatever I had on, activate them, and then I mark them as used, like normal. The Vickers here has a range of 14 and a firepower of 2. So that's cool. I believe I can add the up to 6 hexes away. I can add the firepower of the, well, actually you do half. Nope, support. So it'd be support weapon would be 2 plus the squad of 1, then the leadership of 1, up to 6, and then just the vicars up out to 7 to 14. And I believe I could still use the leadership on that. So my thought was, my one first thought was to put them up here in this house, um, because I thought I could. Oh yeah, I know what I want to do. Pardon me. I gotta do something here real quick. Got one viewer. Hey, one viewer. Thanks. Um, I wanted to go post this up on the Vassal Facebook Vassal page here. So please hold a minute while I go to Facebook. I can load players. I'm live setting up, saving Brigadier Hill. And then as I ramble, see if I get any traction from that. Okay, post it there. Okay, so excuse me. Google Hangouts. Okay. Hey, one viewer, what's going on? I cannot see. I've enabled the chat feature now. So if you're in Google Hangouts, actually, I don't think you can go to Google Hangouts because I did not provide that link to you guys. So never mind. So let me go turn on my phone, YouTube, so I can at least see the chats. I need to plan these better so you guys can come chat with me while I'm doing this and talk to me instead of just okay, so where am I? Pardon for the stall out here as I'm doing this. So that's pretty powerful there, what that guy gets to do with the decisive moving twice. So my thought was, so the Germans are going to come in, they got to get this occupy, control that. I'll look what that means in just a minute, and they have to be clear of all British within 3 of this. Some thoughts. I could put it, and I get 2 foxholes. Foxhole adds 1 to your defense. So I thought about putting a foxhole here. It would give me the chance to fire at people coming across this, but protected here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. If I put it here, I'd be there. Now these guys are in a stone house here. Stone house here. So, but his line of sight is very limited to right here. So Germans, see that, just come around this way. I'll be playing both sides. So, but whatever. So that's why I was like, well, gosh, I could put him here. And I'd give him more area to shoot with the Vickers. Then I could move back. Like I could spend a turn. So the Germans will be able to move, I'm assuming 4. So Germans will be here and like 1, 2, 3, 4. So they could be up to here. 1, 2, and then ready to attack. So 1 turn, they could get up to here and I could fire on them and then back off. I'll have to check what the weapons they have. So again, even if they're here, 1, 2, I don't think those trees do anything for movement. Yeah, it's cost 2. Do heavy force? No. So it's 2 and 2 to move through. Okay. So, from here I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and there's probably a couple to move into there. I'll have to see if leaders can modify movement, and how long is this particular scenario? It is 8 turns. Wow. Okay. And the British have initiative on turn 1. All right. So this is one of those things I'm like, what? The hex row formed by 4. Yeah. So this is north. This is west. Set up a second east of the road. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So I gotta stop a lot. Well, I don't know. We'll see how much the Germans have. The Germans have no vehicles. That's one reason I'm playing this. So they have 7 164 squads, 1 144 squad, 2 264 assault and movement, 3 MG34s, a sergeant with deadly skill, Lieutenant Coke, and a medic. So they have 10. Dang, dude. 10 squads against 3. Wow, that is some odds, man. They got 6 range. Germans have a fire smoke of 2. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3. The crops. So I hear some people home. I might have to stop this just as I'm getting started. Crops are 2 as well. So the hedges I can see right up to. So hedges. Yeah, if you'll pardon me a moment, I'm probably going to mute this. See what's going on. Okay, back. Sorry, one viewer. Um, Again, I think I might have to be pausing off here. It's getting kind of that time of day. Might have started at the wrong time, but anyway, still working through it. Let's see here. So let's get back to Vassal here. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, so I'm thinking the Vickers could go maybe here and has a good range, but they could be up upon them pretty quick here. So like I said, there's a stone house here, and then there's a you see the house here. That stone house is 3 hexes away. That's kind of convenient. 1 2 3. So if I just keep a good order squad there, it could be good. So anyway, so you got a fox, and then there's a house here, and you can put a foxhole in the house, and it represents a strengthened, reinforced house. So instead of being a 2, it's a 3 for protection for wood house. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a target modifier of +3. Yeah, and I don't want to put it in there. All right, so yeah, that makes it a 4. So it essentially makes it a stone building. So instead of putting, I just hate to put that Vickers way back here to wait for them to get up all the way up to here, because then, man, they can come up here and just swarm this way, and they'll overwhelm. So yeah, I feel like I really need to get up there with these guys. And then I have these foxholes I can come back into. So the question is, does this guy go way up here? I'm sure these forests are blocking line of sight. Forest blocking light woods, degrading. Okay, so that's degrading. So I think degrading just adds +1 to your shot. Per degrading hex, maximum of 2, a third hex blocks. Okay, so you could be in here and fire through here. You could go there, 1 2. You could fire there. That's interesting. So maybe I should do that instead of being tucked away in here. So if I'm here now, they'll be able to go here, here, here. I could fire like once. They could work their way around and come this way. So this is interesting. There's a lot of Germans coming. So when they get to a certain point, I'd have to fire on them and then skedaddle out. Make sure I'm not taking any taking any hits here. A little bumpity bump there is, I'm sure, scrub or something. Brush flowers. So just one degrading. Okay, so that's all good. I think I'm going to try that. So he can cover that. This guy's covering that. He's going to be there for longer. So what happens? These guys will go down in here for 1, 2. Stone wall is probably a +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I was looking on all these. They have these amazing, great rules reference cards. Let me peruse them real quick. I'm looking for what hero or for what hero creation. I'm looking for what leaders do. Okay, so I'm looking through there. The game is not, it's not nearly as complicated as ASL. What's interesting though is you do have to do, I mean, there's a little bit of work here to get started. And then I think once you get going more, you're fine. So I do not see a summarized thing what leaders do for you. So what I will probably do is, it's really strange that they don't have that. I've always thought that was weird. I will do a little digging into that as well to see what that does. Because I'm in ASL, it allows you to move further. In some other, I think some other games it does too. So what do you guys think about that setup there of those 2 foxholes? I mean, should I put that foxhole like in this woods here? Maybe that's a better place. The reason I'm putting it here is I'm just making it harder to get these guys out of these buildings because these can't be good order in here for the Germans to win. I figure here because it's behind that hedge, he gets that line of sight. He doesn't have. Well, I'm going to move this guy over here. So they're empty right now. He's going to go back into this spot. He's going to stay there. They're going to come back into this spot. And then I guess this is if this all collapses. If this is like if he's getting weak, come back even further. And the question is, why don't you just put it in front of it? Oh, because I put it in this house. This would give me another 45 position. So maybe I do that. I mean, a house is 2. That's cool. And then that does allow me to shoot into here. Not there, but at least into here. And I'm assuming here. Okay, so I think I'm okay with that. Now let's put the Germans on. Then I'll probably call it good, but let's see how far I can get here. Okay, so the Germans, what do the Germans get? So again, I'm using a program called Vassal, if you're unfamiliar with it. It allows you to play all kinds of board games, mainly war games. I don't know if it started for ASL, but there's one called VASL, so Vassal, virtual ASL. There's also, and then the one I'm using this on is Vassal, VASSAL. I don't know what that stands for, but it's called vassalengine.org. And you can download it. There's all kinds of games on there. Again, I've only done war games on here, but there's Euro games as well. So I go to here to the German, click on that, and see what my scenario calls for. Lieutenant Koch. Sergeant Bauman, pointing his little finger, so accusatory. He also gets the deadly skill. That's a bummer. So you go over here, usually you draw them from a cup, you double click it, say draw a specific card, and I say I want the, oh, that's interesting. Oh, wait, what did I say again? Oh, deadly skill. Oh, how funny. I think I was looking for deadly skill. So I say okay, and then I pull that, and it should be deadly. Okay, so I put that on top of him. And then I look at the deadly skill just to see if I look again. Add 1 to the firepower of attacks from units stacked with this leader. That's 1 firepower total, not 1 firepower per each unit in the stack. If a hero possession, okay, so he's not a hero. We'll skip that rule for now. And I'll close that box out. I also get a medic. Medics basically help morale. So if someone's broken, you can send them in there. I don't think you actually help wounded. I guess I should go ahead and just look at that now. Page 33 in the rules. You can download the rules, so I don't mind reading them to you. Medics represent, they can't ever use their medical skills to heal units. Medics can self-rally, regardless of whether they have self-rally in the back of the counter. Okay, so that's interesting. I think everyone's hearing me okay. I keep turning on my phone so I can see the chat, and I keep just getting distracted with what I'm actually working on. I still have one watching. I appreciate that. And let's see if I keep turning on my phone so I can see. Oh, that's working, so that's good. And live chat, and I have no chat in there, so. Okay, so if you want to chat with me, please do. I would look forward to seeing what you got to say. All right, medics. During each rally phase, a good order medic can either attempt to remove the wounded marker, okay, from one single man counter, including himself, or flip a shaken to its good order side. In either case, the subject of a medic's attention must be in the same hex and level as the medic. To perform either function, the medic must pass a morale check with 2d6. What? 2 is subtracted from the roll if the medic is in terrain with a positive. 2 is subtracted from the roll if they're in a terrain with a positive terrain modifier. If the medic passes the morale check, one SMC is healed or one multi-man counter, single-man counter is rallied. Only one roll is conducted. A shaken medic that self-rallies can, in the same rally phase, attempt to heal another zone, okay, including himself, or rally one. Okay. In which case, 2 rolls are performed. There is no penalty for failing the morale check. But the medic cannot perform any functions in that rally phase. If he fails the morale check, a wounded medic can heal other units and himself as long as he is in good order. Medics are non-melee eligible units. It's if all friendly multi-man and melee eligible SMCs are in the same hex as a medic are eliminated, the medic is removed from play. Okay. In the other scenario, I was setting. Oh, no, there is a sniper in this one. Sorry, I was thinking about the other one. The British, I forgot to say, do have a sniper that is placed. Once placed, the sniper cannot move. A little different than ASL, where you get kind of random movement, which I kind of like too. You could probably incorporate that somehow into this if you wanted that. The sniper can immediately attack any spotted enemy hex within its line of sight, utilizing the direct fire combat routine. The sniper, however, rolls 2d6 for its attack instead of 1d6. The sniper, however, rolls 2d6 instead of 1d6. Does that mean he adds that to the roll? If there are multiple units in the target hex, randomly determine which target the sniper attacks. Wow, so no, I roll 2. The sniper can immediately attack any spotted. The sniper, however, rolls 2d6 for its attack instead of 1d6. Well, you can see the firepower is 0. The range is 8. No movement because the asterisk is there. 6 is the morale. So, and I don't have to place them. I can place them at any time. I can place it at any time in any hex whose terrain has a positive terrain modifier. I will be going after the leader, obviously. Snipers can be fired on, but double their hex's terrain modifier. It's pretty good. They're not non-melee eligible. Okay. All right. What else do I need? Okay, so pulling out the German units. Okay, and so now we're looking at, so let's go ahead and get the support weapons out and their MG34s. So you pull it down here and you right click and clone and right click and clone. So now I have my 3 MG34s. Okay, that's it. So now let's get the squads. Multi-man. So we got a squad of 2, 6, 4, 5, 5. And 1, 6, 4, so 5, 5. I gotta look at something here when I'm done here. So how many of those 164s do I get? I get 7 of those. Dang, dude. It's not right. So clone, then that, and then Control C, and then Control C. Whoops. Control C. You'll give me 8, and I'll just take that one off there. Okay, so, and then I get 1 1 4 4 4. So it's an interesting unit when the designer puts that in there. I'm always like, why did they put that in there? Is that demanding one of the guns there? Now we got these guys here. Yep. No, not that. SS? What are these guys? Huh. So in my setup here, it says I have two 264s. AM. I thought that was the same thing as the British. But I do have a 264 here who has assault movement. Maybe that's all that AM means is assault movement. So I'm going to pull these two out here. So now the question is, who do you give the machine guns to? That's my phone buzzing, saying get the code right. And see if I have any chat, and I do not. Um, see if I have any chat. Um, okay. So now I go up here. So I know the leaders can modify. So what did the deadly do again? I add 1 to the firepower of the attack, and it's not one-time use. I can use it multiple times. Medic. Boy. Now, usually when I play Germans, I like to concentrate my attack. Like I'd bring them all like right here, down right now to the hardcore center. Because if I'm moving over here, they're gonna have plenty of time to switch their. The British have time to switch their defense. These guys are concealed, but I can see them. But they're concealed as far as I haven't spotted them yet. So you do have to spot in this game. So I cannot fire on those guys. I don't think until they're spotted. So as long as they're quiet, I don't see them. You have to spot every turn. So that's something some people don't like about the rules. Now it feels like I should come through here. This crop is probably degrading. Oh, it's the original Grognard. All right. Hey, man. Yes, thumbs up. Any suggestions, man? I am open to them. Wheat field blocking. So it's blocking. Okay, it negates the 1 moving or moved marker penalty for target. Dang, dude, it's blocking. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. What's interesting to me is these look different than these. Um, there's one bocage and one. Oh yeah, this is bocage here because it's got the brown on either side of it. And it's whiter, but it says treat the bocage as hedges. Let me make sure and verify that. Yes. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about what bocage does. Wow. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Okay, I need to think faster on this. So these guys can fire after moving half their thing. Man, I'm tempted to give them machine guns. And how many do I get? 3. Let's give one of these to one of these guys. Do I want to put a leader with them? Do I want to put my deadly with those guys? I do. So these guys are going to go with him. I think I want to send those guys. I believe half X's are in play. Let's see here. So I go 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't even move in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I could. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Because it's +1 to move into the, so it's +1. So it's 1, 2, 3 normally, but the hedge adds another 1. So 4. So 4. And then that get me 4. So that's turn 2. 2, 3, 4. That's turn 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I forget where I am. So that's, I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you have to get them basically from all the way over here. Dang. It's pushing it. It might be worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and place them over here. That's my initial thoughts on that. Does it get me closer going this way or closer going this? I have to be on that side of the road, so I'm gonna go here, I guess. 1, it's the same. See, it's the same. Um, okay. Like I would look up half hex. Is a half hex in play? Well, we're kind of looking at this. Okay, I'm not seeing anything saying right now about half hexes. Control. Control of a hex is defined as the side that occupies the hex with a good order, multi-man counter hero, or the side that has passed a good order, multi-man counter. That last passed a good order, multi-man counter, or hero through the hex. Different levels of multi-story building and caves are considered to be a separate hex within the hex. If the scenario ends with a melee persisting in the victory point hex, the side that controlled the hex prior gains the VPs for the scenario. It does not say anything about half hexes here. I suddenly doubted I unmute myself here. Let's make sure I'm talking. Okay, I've got it. I'm good. Okay. All right. That's my thought there. What am I supposed to do with this 144? What am I supposed to do with the 144? One four four. Lock and load isn't a system I'm too familiar with, I'm afraid, says the original Grognard. Yeah, well, me neither. So, okay, what's the other thing I was looking at? Wow, what is that 144 used for? So his firepower is 1, range of 4, and he can move 4. His morale is 5. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to give him a machine gun and put that leader with him? That sounds like a waste. Let's look at leaders real quick. Make sure we understand what they do. 31. Leaders. Leaders are individuals with exceptional skills. Leaders have no inherent firepower and cannot, unless securing a support weapon, individually fire. Blah, blah. If enemy units move into the hex, okay, they're pretty much wiped out. A leader's leadership modifier can be used to aid direct fire attacks, modify damage checks, rally units, modify damage checks, rally units, and lead troops in melee, as well as for the other functions mentioned in these rules. Only one leader per hex, per impulse or rally phase, can use his leadership modifier to activate units, modify fire attacks, make rally attempts, and influence damage checks. I did not know they influence damage checks. Each leader has an inherent leadership range of 1. Leadership range is used for the purpose of activation. A leader can activate units in adjacent hexes. Leadership range is decreased by 1 if the leader is wounded. The leader can only activate units in its own hex. Okay, so he can activate units all along. So then that kind of makes, I could start here and I could Talio and get going. But man, those guys are going to fire like crazy on me. So I probably really want to go down here and at least get closer and come jumping over these hedges, get into that building. I think that's what I'm going to do. So you can put 3 squads in a hex. I'm just going to go one at a time here. So when I cross this right here, he can see me. I'm not going to worry about that though. It's going to cost me 2 to move up there, so it's going to bam. Maybe I'll just put 1 guy in there. You put the machine guns under him? I always thought that was a little strange. I don't know what to do with this guy. So basically, I'm thinking, you bring a guy up, you set up a fire base. I think this thing's blocking, so I need to get the machine guns in this building, firing on these guys. So I'll put. See, how do you move these guys? So first one is, well, let me get all my stuff over there, and then I'll zoom in. So I'm going to get that over there. The medic. Let's put it in there. Why leave him over there? I might as well activate him over there. I do not know what that 244 is good for. I want to get, unless they're a good machine gun. Yes, I will. I guess I'll give them one of the machine guns. But then I want to move him over there. I guess I got to remember when I move here, I can get shot at. All right, so I mean, why risk that, right? I mean, so I don't want him as backup. I think there's a way to. How do you move? How do you move that guy? Okay, there, did it. All right, so he's got to be one of my initial fire base. So this guy actually is going to go over here. He's going to be my reserve. So I'm going to have 2. So I got 1, 2, 3, 3. So let's move that medic. Let's zoom in. Let's move the medic. And then let's move this guy. So I pushed the top arrow there and it worked. Okay, cool. So my thought is, bam, these guys are going to move slowly down this way. These guys are going to move here, take this house, and set up a fire base. So was that a mistake? I don't know. but I want both machine guns in there. So I've got both. So who's going to go in there? I would think you'd want the leader in there, right? So the leader's going to go one, bam, 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 bam. I want both machine guns going in there with the leader. So let's swap out here. Let's just move that machine gun over here. Is it bad though? Because then I can just lay fire into that house or that Vickers. Possibly. Oh, that's some short punking it. Unless I think I should move like a guy here. I can fire into that. I'm assuming I'll look it up. I can see along that. I don't know if that's the case with the Bocage, but then it crosses that. Does that block it? Do I have a line of sight? Yeah, line of sight checker. So it crosses it, in my opinion. So I need to move one of those under the 144. Whoa, did it work? My hand rubbed against the thing there. Nope. Oh, that's funny. Wink. Okay, so it's, I don't know, it's not precise here. But I need to get my, wow, okay. Oh, this is funny. So really, all right, that doesn't matter, but I need to get this stack in the middle. So blah, blah, blah. All right, so this stack's going to go here. This stack's going to here. The reason, because the leader can activate all these units and go across. I'm going to go into here with the leader with the machine guns. Bring those guys down here, set up a fire base, go bam, 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 and hopefully take it over. Now they might just retreat, but then I got these guys here. So then I got to move those guys into here. Got this guy to worry about here. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm good enough. I think I'm set up for this. Let's make sure we save. I got my save games. Saving Brigadier. No. One. Tags, save games, save. Whew, I should have done that a long time ago. I think that's it for now. So some rules I want to check out when I come back. See if anybody chatted with me here. See if the original Grognard had anything to say. So I need to check some leadership things. Do they help movement? It doesn't appear so. They help. I need to check about the check, improving the damage check. I need to. I think I'm ready to go, man. There'll be rule checks as I go, of course. Still got one watching, it says. That's cool. There'll be rule checks as I go, of course. And original Grognard still. I'm guessing. Hey, if it's still you, original, thanks a lot, man. Oh, the original, the OG. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You know how it is when you're trying to do something. It's nice to have someone viewing, even if they can't necessarily give you tips on the game. It's still cool. So I hope this has been somewhat useful if you're trying to learn the game and setting it up. I have by no stretch am I a technician genius. Hey, thanks, man. Always a pleasure to watch. He says. Thanks. Says. Anyway, so no tactical genius here. It's just really enjoy, fighting it out. So, all right, well, that's that, and we'll. I hope to get back on tonight a little bit later to actually play a couple turns out. It should be pretty quick the first couple because it's just been moving. And I find it interesting that the British get the first. Well, you know what? This is cool. The British get the first move, the first initiative. So I could change up my defense a little bit if I wanted. Do I wanna? I'm not sure I wanna, unless I want to move in that building. But I don't know if I want to face that. Um, I could just move this guy over here into this side. And if I was a German, I'm not sure that would change my mind much, really, because I'd have to make it past. I'm gonna have to make it past these guys anyway. So, as the British, I might do that. So, okay, that's it. Thanks a lot, all OG, and anyone who's watched since I posted it. Appreciate it. Again, I always save a million times. Save game. Game saved. I think that's it. All right. Thanks all. We'll chat later. Let me get over to my Google Hangouts here. Let me stop screen sharing. Oh, now you get to see me. And we'll see y'all later. Bye.